Oh, yeah, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, here back with another original content video. And today we are doing bangers that are not classics. I don't know the number at this point. I've done so many of these, I don't even know the number. This nigga don't never keep up because I do them once in a while. I might go on a hot streak and then I might not touch this for like a couple of months and I forget. This nigga don't be on shit. Shut up. Shut your goddamn ass up. But anyways though, we are here to do another bangers that are not classics. Basically, for those y'all new to this series, this is basically where we take a this is basically where we go through songs that were bangers for their time, but they're not considered classics. Basically, what that means is they was probably hot for their time. They probably were meant for a certain time period. Maybe they got overshadowed by better songs. Maybe they came out in a year where the music was just on fire. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And some songs just get lost in the shuffle. It happens. No song can honestly be, not every song is gonna hit. Even if it is a good song, even if it did get radio play, even if it was played on MTV or BET, whatever fucking channel y'all was watching music videos on, shit, it could have like 20 million views on YouTube. That don't mean shit. Okay, a song that, if it's not timeless, if it's not a song you think about, if it's not a song that the radio will play, if it's not something that you hear, you know, when you go to a sporting event, 9 times out of 10, it's not a classic. It was a banger for its time, but it's not a classic. It's just a random song from a random time period, and that's what it is. Some people get in their feelings when I do these videos. I hope you find the help you need. Because it's just my opinion. I'm not saying that it's true, but this is how I feel about certain songs. And some of these songs you're gonna feel like, no, that's a bop. That's still a classic. They still play that. I don't know what you talking about. Well, I ain't heard it in a while. My ears ain't heard that song in a while. But anyways, though, without further ado, let's get right into this. Bangers that are not classics. Let's get it. I know for damn sure this song right here, I know for damn sure y'all ain't heard this song in a minute. I know that for a fact that y'all ain't heard this song in a minute. Ride by Ace Hood and Trey Songz. I know you haven't heard this in a while. I know you ain't heard this in a while. Don't even try to lie. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. You ain't gotta lie. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. You ain't gotta lie to me. Shit. I know it. I know you ain't heard this song in a while. This song was definitely getting radio play. But I wouldn't consider it a classic, not even in the slightest. Let's be fucking for real. It was a vibe. It did have its little moment, but wasn't really a dominant hit. You gotta think about it. This came out in 2008. In 2008, like hip hop and R&B scene was kind of brutal. If you can be honest with it, like you had Lil Wayne in his Carter 3 era. You know that was a fucking monster. T.I. in his Paper Trail era. You know that was a monster. Rihanna before like the Chris Brown incident. Yeah, you knew what time it was. Then you had Kanye doing the 808s and heartbreaks. Neo was everywhere. Like, yo, 08 was not a 08 wouldn't be the best time for a song like this to come out. I mean, it got radio rotation. It was on 106 in Park a lot, but for the most part, yeah, it slowly got pushed out. Well, it didn't slowly get pushed out. It got pushed out once Wayne was pretty much once Wayne and T.I. and all them started dominating the radio and airwaves, and they started dropping hits and albums and stuff like that. It was pretty much over. It was pretty much over. Would I consider this a classic? Not really. It's a banger though. I mean, Trey Songz is definitely the best part of this entire song. I mean, Ace Hood had some decent parts, but for the most part, it's your basic typical, we gonna ride and die together. You know what I'm saying, boo? I love you and we gonna ride and die. We gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. I'm gonna stay by your side regardless type shit. And I mean, that's cool and all, but when you got songs like Mrs. Officer, Bust It Baby, you know, you can have whatever you like, yeah. When you got songs like that out, they kind of like put this one to the side. But anyways, though, for sure, Rod is not a classic by any stretch of the imagination. Was a banger for its time, but it will never be considered a classic. Oh man, I know for damn sure y'all don't even know about this one. This one was not this one was one of the ones you had to like, if you was like really listening to Drake around this time, especially around the time when he was beefing with Meek Mill and he dropped back to back. If you was really listening to Drake around this time, you would know about this song. This song went under the radar because of the monster song known as Hotline Bling. Yeah. When Hotline Bling came out, this came out literally at the same time. It was kind of like a package of sorts, if we being honest. Like this song, Right Hand and Hotline Bling came out basically as a package, but Hotline Bling just went fucking nuclear and Right Hand just got left in the dust. It is what it is. Basically, I feel like this was Drake saying, I got something in the vault and I can just throw it out there for y'all. And that's pretty much what it is. You know, it has no Billboard placement. This is one of the few Drake singles that have no Billboard placement, no nothing, no radio play, no Billboard placement, nothing. This is basically more like a fan track or a Lucy, if you want to call it that. We'll just call it a Lucy. He just threw it out there and, well, it didn't go anywhere. Not to mention the fact that this came out around, like I said, it came around the time when he packaged this with Hotline Bling. So Hotline Bling took over. Then you had The Weeknd, you had Future, you had Fetty Wap, you had Kendrick, you had a lot of people in 2015 just dropping bangers left and right. And obviously, you know, when Drake give you two, normally both of them go, but not in 2015. No, he had to come a little harder than that. Like I said, I feel like this was a Lucy, so it didn't get a push like it should have. No radio rollout. That's the best I can tell you, bro. It's really a song you would have to have known if you had to be on Drake's Spotify listening for trying to listen to some new music from Drake to know about this song, if we being honest. But other than that, though, most definitely, man, this song was definitely a banger. If you listen to it, it's really good. Basically a song about, you know, being loyal to your chick, which is why it's called Right Hand. You my right hand, you my go-to. I destroy the world. I destroy the world for you, girl, type song. You feel me? You know, it's also it's also an emotionally manipulative song in a good way, kinda, sorta, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? not a classic, but if you a Drake fan, or if you was listening to Drake heavy around his 2015 dominant era, you wouldn't mind putting this on. But for the most part, this is basically a Lucy that got threw out there that I don't think, unless like TikTok blow it up, it's probably not gonna get any. It's probably not gonna get any recognition. It's been over 10 years and it still hasn't gotten any recognition. So that should tell you all you need to know. So yeah, definitely a banger if you listen to it, but definitely not a classic by any stretch of the imagination. Let me state this before we go any further. This is 10 times better. 10 times better than Supposed to Be. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can sit up in here and say Supposed to Be was a better charting song. You could talk about how better charted it was. I don't care. The better song is the better song. Y'all only like this song for one fucking bar.
For me, but you gotta eat the booty like groceries.
Get the fuck out of here. You only listen to it for that one spot. If Jhené Aiko didn't say what she said, you would have never listened to that song. Cause who the fuck was checking for Omarion in 2015? Nobody. But Jhené Aiko said some wild shit, and all y'all niggas started going crazy. And all of a sudden, this song blew up because of a wild lyric.
For me, but you gotta eat the booty like groceries.
Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, so I'm Up is 10 times better. 10 times better than I'm Up is 10 times better than Supposed to Be. I don't care what anybody says. You can't tell me any other way, bruh. This is a 10 times better song than Supposed to Be, bruh. And that's sad because this got French Montana on it. And you know how I feel about French Montana. Bruh. Anytime I hear French Montana on a track, you already know what time it is.
Hey, dog. I hate to be the one to break it to you.
Very bad news.
Get this shit the fuck out of here and get you the fuck out of here.
It be like that. But anyways, though, for sure, this right here was a banger for its time. The beat is a lot better. The vibe is a lot better. Was it a major hit on the billboards? No, but it got a lot of it got hella radio rotation. And got more radio rotation than Supposed to Be because it was just a better song. And the radio, it was more hit, it was more of a vibe for the radio. But I must admit, once again, this came out in 2015. And if we keeping it real about 2015, let's be for real. 2015 is probably one of the most strongest years of the 2010s. Everybody talks about 2016. No, 2016 super overrated. 2015 is the year that y'all need to be talking about. I said what the fuck I said. 2016 is overrated. All the Gen Z, all the Gen Alpha, y'all can fight me in the comments. I don't care. In 2015, you had a lot going on. Like I said before, The Weeknd and his dominance over the fucking music landscape as a whole. You had Party Next Door. You had The Weeknd. Bryson Tiller had just came out the woodworks. Shit, you had a good chunk of R&B out there. There was a couple of people dropping R&B tracks here and there, but for the most part, nobody. And I mean, but for the most part, though, I don't think that this song. I don't think that this song could have held up against all that, but it definitely fought. I will say that it definitely fought, but it hey, it was just more shit on the radio dominating around this time. Rihanna was gearing up for her last and final album. Like, yo, it was a lot going on around this time, bro. Like 2015 was one of them years. I wouldn't say that it, other than the radio, I don't think this song was getting pushed anywhere else. I think this was more like, if you didn't hear it on the radio, you probably never heard it at all. And it like I said, it was so much dominance on the radio that this song could easily get overshadowed. But like I said, it held its own. It was a radio friendly song and people didn't mind it being on. You played in the club, people didn't mind it being on. But when you got a lot of music going around in a very strong year such as 2015, you can easily get lost in the shuffle. I mean, but it still hits though. It got smooth delivery, a confident tone without trying to be hard, and you know what I'm saying, the energy and the vibe of the song still holds up. So for sure, this is definitely something that you can still have in your playlist today. You wouldn't mind it coming on. But that's just me though. But most definitely, this is a banger, but will never be considered a classic. No, y'all probably like, well, duh, the song ain't even really last that long. But let's be for real about when it comes to Pushin P. Like let's be real about Pushin P. Like let's be real about it. It came in and went. Let's just call it what it is. It came in and went. It took over like a motherfucker though for its time. I'm talking about people rocking around with Pushin P shirts, Pushin P hats, Pushin P hoodies, Pushin P jackets, joggers, sweatpants, socks, all type of shit. Like, bro, y'all just got Pushin P on everything. Like, bro, this is just a trend for the moment. It's like this shit gonna die out at some point, and boy, did it die out. When we talking about his takeover, we can't sit up here and not say it didn't have a run, because it definitely had a run. Debuted at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, was a major top 10 hit. It was one of Gunna's biggest solo chart moments. The song had 22 million streams in its first week. This song was doing numbers. What really put it out of its misery was, well, let's see here, the burnout from social media using this. It got burnt out really quick. It came out and it blew up in around 2022. So around 2022, that's when music started to become more hot pocket popcornish rap. You hear today, you're gone tomorrow. So the streaming cycles were moving on very quickly. For like 3 weeks, you can have the hottest song out there. The next minute, it's another song out there that's got the internet and TikTok and all the kids going crazy. So yeah. Also around this time, it had to compete with, the likes of Future, Drake, Adele dropping Easy on Me, and pretty much TikTok just making anything go viral and just replacing one trending topic with the next trending topic. So yeah. Why it was a banger? I'd probably say it was just the minimalistic production, the catchiness of the song. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a song for the clubs and the internet. It was a perfect storm. I would consider this a modern viral classic, but not a timeless one. So like I said, it came and it went. And we also got to bring up the fact that around the time of his I think I want to say like a month or two of this song being dominant, the YSL situation, the YSL Rico situation happened, and they called Gunna a rap, and yeah, they put him on the shelf immediately. But hey, it is what it is though. Pusha P had his moment, but I don't think it'd ever get it back. Most definitely, this is a banger for its time, but will never be considered a classic. I already know what y'all gonna say. Nah, nigga, this ain't it, bruh. You tripping, bruh. Hell no, bruh. We gonna have to get on your ass, bruh. You tripping, bruh. We on your ass, bruh.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
We on your ass, bruh. Hell no, you tripping, dog. Who the fuck? Man, get this nigga the fuck out of here, bruh. Hell no, bro. This nigga tripping, bruh. This a motherfucking classic to this day, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Are you sure about that? Are you sure that you can definitively say this is still a bop to this day? I really want to know. What song am I talking about, by the way? Yeah.
Hell no. Trash ass nigga. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Hell no, no. To the no, no. Hell to the no, no. To the no, 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 no. Hell to the no, no. To the no, no, no.
I know. Y'all gonna get mad at me. I already know it's coming.
Man, quit playing with me, man. No, for real, don't play like that. Are you serious? How you know? Put that on everything. Damn.
I already know it's coming. Y'all saw this and immediately went.
Whoa. Hey.
I understand. Y'all gonna be mad. It's cool. Be mad. I want you to be mad. Cause I'm glad. I'm happy. My day's going great. How about you? Like, let's be for real, bruh. Let's be fucking for real, bruh. I don't think this is a classic. I do, however, think this was a bop for its time, but I think this suffers from the same fate as Pusha P. And when I thought of Pusha P, I immediately thought of this song as well. And let's be for real. I don't think post Hot Nigga Bobby was gonna have a song that could go as nuclear as this. Now his energy on this track and the vibe on this track, yes, absolutely. But when we talking about this being on the level of a Hot Nigga track, hell no, it was never gonna reach Hot Nigga status. It entered the Billboard charts, it entered the Billboard Hot 100, but couldn't replicate the success of Hot Nigga. Had a very lower peak compared to his breakout hit. I mean, his competition around that time, let's be for real. This is late 2014, early 2015. So like, you got to go up against yourself first and foremost. You got to go up against Hot Nigga, which was like the biggest thing going around at that time. Fetty Wap just dropped Trap Queen. Future is gearing up to drop fucking Dirty Sprite 2. The Migos are going crazy around this point in time. yeah, this being your second hit, absolutely, I'd agree. This being his second hit was a great way to start off. Was great momentum. This was great momentum going into your second track following Hot Nigga for sure. But let's be for real. The success just couldn't be, the bar was set so high that the success couldn't be sustained. Like, let's be for real. It was cool for its time. It had a little moment going on. It was about to start building up, but as you know, Bobby got hit with that Rico case and had to do a good chunk of time in prison. Had to do a good chunk of time in prison before coming back out. So yeah, all his momentum stopped once he got locked up. Once he got locked up, all his momentum stopped. All that rah New York energy, it just went away, and we went back to the same old. For the most part, I have to say the momentum was killed just off of that alone. I don't think anything else could have really killed it. I think given enough time, if it gets abused on the radio long enough, eventually this song probably does move up there with Hot Nigga, but I don't think it could have. I honestly do believe that Bobby could have definitely went on a run, maybe a good 3-year run, maybe from now to like 2018 when all the SoundCloud rappers start coming up. Maybe his energy and influence generates a couple of clones after him that probably do this shit better than he does. Who knows? But most definitely, I don't know if this couldn't be considered a classic by any stretch of the imagination. Definitely was a banger for his time, but like I said, the momentum got immediately halted once Bobby got locked up. So yeah, suffers from the same fate as Gunna in the Pushin P song. It was hot for a moment, and then niggas get locked up, and then everything just stops. No more motion, no more nothing. The one thing I will say though about all these songs, that they only did one thing perfectly, and that was give us a moment. But there's a big difference between a banger and a classic. A classic survives. A classic can survive trends. It can survive changes. It can survive seasons. A banger, it can just get through. It can only survive a brief moment. It only survives for a brief moment. And these songs right here in particular did not survive. And that's just in my personal opinion. But anyways though, that's just gonna about do it for this one. I'll see y'all in the next video. Till then, deuces.